As it's your first day, though, there's nothing urgent for you to address. One of my favourite places. This is where the car builds happen, and where we... Don't forget to check in with the board often. You can monitor board From here, you can see all the team's facilities, from the staff buildings to the car park development centres. You can build new facilities or, if the team has the time and money, upgrade our existing ones. Facilities affect all areas of our team's performance. Over time, facilities will degrade and become less effective. This is where you'll find relevant information on the team's drivers and reserve driver, including their performance. You can see here, when a driver has development points available, you can use them to improve their performance. You can also select any of the tabs at the top there to look into the specifics of the driver. It's not just... Here you can delve To start a project now, you'll need to commit money and engineering. There are 3 different types of projects the engineering team can work on. We can design a new car part for use this season, manufacture copies of existing designs. Okay, you want to get started with it. These are car parts we can design, and you can also view our car performance. Take a look over the different... The team's expertise in making new car parts. Testing is also an important... If you assign some test... You can direct the engineering team to focus on specific areas. Over the sea... As a final step before the team gets... Bear in mind these decisions... Nice work. That's the project started. If you check your calendar, continually designing new car parts is imperative to improve. This is your calendar. It's no longer your first day. We'll have you on top of things in no time. You'll continue moving through days this way until it's time for the race, which you can see in the upcoming events list. Let's take a look at what needs to be. Looks like you've received a budget approval request. Most of the team's budget... I reckon that's a good decision. Now that's dealt with, we can focus on our first... We're getting very close to race day now. Just continue to do... This is the warehouse. Isn't it wonderful? This is where we store any uninstalled car parts. We can also design and manufacture new and improved aerodynamic car parts in-house. The engineering team have just finished manufacturing a suspension system of a brand new design. Right, all the available suspension designs are here to look through. Notice how both cars currently have the same suspension design installed. Check the new design at the top. Looks like this new design only has positive impacts on the car. That's great news. Select the new suspension. Great work. That's the new suspension fitted. If you want to have more copies of this design manufactured, you can do so from here. Just remember those F1 mandated spending caps, the official limit on how much we can spend on car development and improvement each season. If you don't want the team to manufacture anything right now, There's always some final work to do before we can set off. Okay, you have all the This is your race. One thing you'll always need to do before each race weekend is setting our performance targets. These help us generate more potential rewards for the team. Here we've got the performance targets for this coming weekend. If we meet these, we'll gain extra revenue. Looks like we've got incentives for both the qualifying session and the race. You can also decide, okay, I see you like a challenge. Okay, we're done here. You've done everything needed.
Welcome to the archipelago of Formula One. Bahrain might have a small land footprint, but it's showing its big spirit right now in the grandstands. Either way, it's time for another fantastic weekend of Grand Prix racing. The Bahrain International Circuit is a challenging track, and the cars routinely have to brake from high gear to low to take the narrow turns. With the need for downhill braking, the risk of locking up is one driver.
Great to see you again. Welcome to your first race weekend with the team. It's Friday, so we're kicking off with free practice one as usual. Over here is our race preparation area. This is where you can make any changes you need ahead of the upcoming practice session. Rest assured the team have already prepared the cars for practice. When you're ready, we can continue. During race weekends, you can decide whether you want to manage the practice sessions yourself or whether to hand over control to your team. As it's your first race weekend, you should let the team handle the practice sessions.
We return to our highly anticipated race weekend, just in time for the start of...
To help maximise our drivers' performance, the team have them work on 3 goals during practice: track acclimatisation, car parts knowledge, and setup confidence. If you manage the session yourself, you might get an even better performance from the drivers for the rest of the weekend. Right, time for qualifying. Our results here will determine where qualifying takes place. Same as practice, the team can handle qualifying for you if you like. Let's get you hands-on for this round though, just to make sure you're feeling confident before race day kicks off. Our drivers need to be setting their fastest possible lap times, so we can advance to the next round of qualifying. The slowest 5 cars will be knocked out. Keep a careful eye on time remaining. The time limit on qualifying rounds really ramps up the pressure. Right then, let's get a car out on the track. Managing pace will help you manage a car's tyre temperature and wear. Keep an eye on the tyre condition of both cars. Over time, tyre condition will fall, reducing their grip and performance, eventually. Fuel commands allow drivers to manage their car's fuel consumption. Just keep an eye on your remaining fuel. If a driver needs an additional performance push for a short time, they can adjust their Ers Strategies and use any battery charge. There are 3 Ers Strategies that deploy more energy than they harvest, but each use that energy for a different purpose. Overtake and defend are best for getting ahead of cars or for keeping them behind you. Deploy is the fastest strategy available. Harvest will prioritise charging up the battery instead of using energy for performance. Neutral will maintain the current battery charge over a lap, which gives a nice balance of energy deployment and harvesting. Each car is fitted with a number of onboard cameras. You can also use the map view if you like. It gives you a good overview of the whole track. Remember, you're managing 2 drivers throughout the session.
And charge button off. Copy.
And charge button on when you can.
Okay, copy. Charge button on. Copy. We can push a bit more. Copy.
And push.
Copy.
We should slow down.
Copy. Slow down. Copy.
So we need to push.
Copy. And big lift off. Copy that. Head down. Yeah. And confirm. Lift off. Copy. Copy. With entry.
Copy, understood. And we need speed limiter on. Speed limiter on.
Our driver is back in the pits. You need to reconfigure the car before... The team will make sure the run plan is updated to include refueling. So all you have to do is fit some fresh tyres. Here you can see all the tyre compounds available. want maximum performance during qualifying. So let's use a fresh, soft compound tyre. Soft... Brilliant. The car's ready to head back out at your say-so. It's probably best to do at least one more run before the end of the round. The track will have more grip later in the round, but there will also be more traffic. It's up... Well, the first flying lap could have gone better, but never mind. Keep an eye on the stand-ins throughout the session to make sure we stay out of the knockout zone. Right then. That qualifying run is done, so the driver will return to the pits now. I know everything happens so fast over a race weekend, but if you need to catch your breath...
Sounds like someone's locked up. Let's have a look. Now let's have a look. It's Lance Stroll. Just a bit too heavy on the brakes, and they've locked up.
We're through to Q2. Great work. In Q2, the fastest 15 cars from Q1 battle it out for only 10 places in Q3. It's up to you whether you manage the rest of the qualifying rounds. If you want, you can let the team take control.
The time has come to fight it out!
Right then, time for the main event. Each driver will need to make at least one pit stop to fit new tyres. On average, a pit stop will cost a driver about 25 seconds. So we need to think... Let's set a tyre strategy for our drivers now. We need to make sure we have a good plan for when...